Hi, my name is Gilbert Ologi, a third year student studying biochemistry in the Technical University of Kenya, in the Department of Biological and Life Sciences. Um, what prompted me to do biochemistry was the fact that I've loved science since I was young, and I want to be a scientist when I grow up. So I started doing biochemistry so that I can gain the basics of how things work and sort of navigate the scientific world. And what's interesting is that science is very interesting in the fact that you get to interact with a lot of diverse living things, and you get to manipulate them to make something new, to make an impact in life. So yeah.
Salut, je m'appelle Nelly Ominda. Why did I choose to do biotechnology? Biotechnology is a branch of science that actually deals with combining technology and science in the simplest way. It actually helps us gain more information and knowledge on how to solve world problems like food security, among others, and you can also do quality control. Everything that deals with quality control has a biotechnology in it. So I did biotechnology as a knowledge vast experience.
Afini Valentine, a third year student, Biochemistry, Technical University of Kenya, and Department of Biological and Life Sciences. What motivated me to do biochemistry? I was more interested in cancer since I was in high school, and so far what has been interesting is the fact that I've learned about hormones, their mechanism, because cancer is about hormones, the growth, and I've really learned a lot and how the mechanisms. So I think I'm in the right path.
Hello, my name is Brian Njeni, a student from the Technical University of Kenya, Department of Biological and Life Science. So I'm pursuing biochemistry. So I'm so much passionate about science, and for me to pursue biochemistry, I was so much interested about the chemical process within the living organism, and to it the challenges like diabetes and other diseases like cancer, which occur due to metabolic process. So I decided to study it so that after the knowledge of biochemistry, I can come up with a solution by developing drugs which can cure these diseases like diabetes and therapies for cancer. So I chose Technical University of Kenya because in the institution, Technical University of Kenya, we focus more on skills so that as we move forward to the industries, we have the skills to develop and solve the real world problems.
My name is Emily Magana. I'm a student in the Technical University of Kenya. I'm pursuing biochemistry in the Department of Biological and Life Sciences. The reason why I decided to do biochemistry is because biochemistry is a scientific course that helps you understand how your body works, how we interact with the environment, and it enables us to solve world problems. And that is why I decided to do the course, so that I can be able to help in the world out there.
Yeah, so our project was part of an industrial-based learning project that usually happens to all third years in two. So it was pioneered by the Department of Biological and Life Sciences in partnership with the Phage Hunters Training and Research Program. So what we were trying to do, our main goal was to gain, first of all, hands-on experience in basic laboratory techniques. And to do this, we did a number of procedures where we interacted with a lot of microorganisms to detect a lot of things. So basically, we first started by determining whether the normal beverages that we drink have microbial contamination in them. And not surprisingly enough, we were able to determine that without a doubt there is contamination in the beverages that we drink. So the next step after that was to now look for natural enemies of this bacteria, because a major problem that this bacteria cause is called antimicrobial resistance, where they become resistant to the antibiotics that we administer. So we were looking for natural alternatives that can eliminate this bacteria. So that's why we started phage hunting. So we did this for a couple of weeks and we were able to isolate some phages, which we are now supposed to characterize further. But the main goal was to gain hands-on experience and to determine whether things that revolve around us, the normal food and beverages, contain microbial contamination. Yeah, phages are viruses that occur naturally where the bacteria are, because their sole way of living is infecting and killing bacteria. They cannot live without bacteria. So they hunt for the bacteria and they sort of integrate into them and lyse them so that they can multiply. So using them will be a safer alternative to using antibiotics, because most of the antibiotics that we use are mainly broad spectrum, meaning that when we use them, they sort of eliminate or eradicate every single bacterial manifestation that is in our body. So in our body also contain natural good bacteria which help us with normal processes. So if they eliminate it, they are causing problems to us. So we needed to find a safer alternative to these antibiotics, which are now the phages.
So, as my colleague has just explained about phages, phages are actually assassins. We can call them assassins. An assassin is something that is sent to kill that specific person or organism that has been sent. So a phage is like an assassin. I put a phage in a body, it targets that specific bacteria alone. Unlike an antibiotic, it's like a nuclear warhead. When you put a nuclear warhead in a place, for example, what happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, through a nuclear, it cleared everything. But if it was a phage is an assassin. An antibiotic is a nuclear warhead. At the end of this industrial-based learning that we are currently undergoing, we are going to be heading to Meru University, where we are going to be in a conference called Inter-University Council of East Africa Conference, where we are going to actually present our findings after the end of the 6 weeks. At Meru University, we are going to get hands-on experience and confidence by sharing whatever we have. We need to have whatever we did, sharing whatever we did for the 6 weeks to other students across the country.
When we're going to Meru, it is all about networking. It will enable us as students to network with other people who have already succeeded in this field before, and it will enable us to communicate with them, understand more about the science world, and even when we are done with school, they might help us in working in their companies, or we can even develop our own companies and start working. And it also helps us interact with fellow students and also build experience generally.
Thank you. This project will benefit normal Kenyans by facilitating and enhancing a good public health. So, in our project, we went ahead and collected a sample of beverages from the streets all the way from Nairobi and other places in Nairobi. So, in these beverages, we tested for presence of microbial contamination, and in our results, we got that these beverages contain microbial contamination, which are essential for causing diseases like diarrhea and other endemic diseases. So, by studying this microbial contamination, we can enhance laws that govern the street vendors, so that they can develop and produce their juices in a clean environment, so that normal mwananchi can take safe risks. Another important way where this project can help a normal Kenyan is that in daily life, in hospitals, so many Kenyans are dying because of antimicrobial resistance. So, in this project, we aim at the end at least to develop a drug known as a phage therapy, which will enable the treatment of those patients that are in the hospital to combat the diseases and get ill and go on.
Okay, some challenges that we faced were communicating science. We were not able to communicate science. Like, we were not able to write reports, but we overcame the challenge by learning to present to our classmates, writing protocols, writing reports, and coming up with posters. Also, the next other thing that we faced, the other challenges were time, because the allocated time was from 9 to 4. This was a challenge because some experiments were running until late. So we overcame the challenge by coming up with like we are shifting in our groups. So we took shifts. Others were coming earlier and others were going late. The other things was lack of resources. Some equipments were lacking, like the PCR. So there were collaboration between the lecturers and some companies like Remedy, which offered us the PCR. The other company was FNC for sequencing and Incaba for primers. Okay, the other challenges was sample collection. There was restriction of the sample collection. The sewage samples, lack of fairs because we were collecting like at specified places, so there was lack of fairs and going to the places. Yeah, those were the main challenges that we faced during the IBL, but thankfully to our lecturers and our instructors, we were able to overcome the challenges. The equipment things, the instruments, the apparatus, like the centrifuge, it is one, but we were so patient, we were so patient, and the micropipettes, but gracefully we were able to overcome the challenge.
Yeah, this project has really enhanced my view of teamwork. To be able to be in a group where people have diverse personalities, where people eat knowledge at a different rate, where people do things at a different method. So being able to integrate all these different skills into one for one main goal enable us to develop patience, to develop kindness towards each other. So yeah, it was really important to have this in our project, to be able to participate together as one for the achievement of one specific goal.
Okay, for me, this experience has taught me leadership because I had the opportunity to actually be a group leader. I was leading a group of 6, 5 girls, 1 boy. So this actually pushed me to actually understand that dealing with different kinds of people requires a specific different kind of patience and self-control, especially during the hands-on experience time. And I can say after the 6 weeks, I am better than how I started this IBL, especially in the fields like genomic characterization and stuff like genomic characterization, where we look for the DNA and characterize it to which bacteria it is. It was a good experience among the teamwork for the groups. We also combined different courses, like we have biotechnology and biochemistry. So different classes, we were able to come together to achieve the same goal. We had different companies cooperating, synergy into Technical University of Kenya and other companies, bringing them together. It is actually a very good and diverse experience, and yeah, I can say it was a very nice experience.
teamwork for me has helped me in understanding how people work differently. People, as Gilbert has said, people work with different traits. Someone works with a different methodology. Coming up together as a team helps me to gain that experience. It also has helped me with gaining new skills. It has also enabled me to find, like, working as a team. For me, we were a team of girls, and it really helps in emotional support somehow. And also, it's just a beautiful experience working as a team because we get to share ideas together, and it also lessens the baggage of work. Yes.
Okay, in Meru University, there's an inter-university Council of African Conference, whereby we're expecting to network with other students and with other senior people who are going to help us in our project. There's also the excitement of presenting like science with other people, and we're expecting also like to collaborate with other organizations like the ones for sequencing and PCR machines and anything to do with our project. Yeah.
To add on what my colleague just said, we are going to also, when we're going to Meru University, we are expecting to actually make a lot of networks, make a lot of contacts, because in this field of science, a lot of things are done through contacts. You help me, I help you. So teamwork, communication, and gain confidence. For example, talking in front of thousands of students, we're actually going to gain a lot of confidence as scientists and gain a lot of science knowledge in speaking and talking science. So we expect that from our trip to Meru University.
Success for our team could look like, at the end of IDA, our aim was to isolate phages specific to certain bacteria. So at the end of IDA, we will be happy if we isolate phages that is going to target a specific bacteria. In that, we will be able to solve a challenge that is ongoing. Again, the success could be at Meru University after presenting our work. So that talking and communicating the results to other people to mean a lot to us, since we are moving from theory and marketing our product to other people, and also to communicate to our sponsors so that they can support us in developing this product.
To add on that, I think something that's also very important is the positive reviews that we'll get from people who will tell us that our project was very innovative and good, and that we can even further advance it to a more complex level. So getting that positive feedback and getting maybe sponsorship from people will really enable us to feel like we worked for something and we earned it.
Thank you so much. For the success of in our team, at the end of IBA, we aim to get hands-on skills so that we can improve on our market, and also to be able to present scientific work that we have been doing all the way for the 6 weeks to other people so that they can appreciate what I've been doing, and also to be able to gain sponsors who would want to support in our project, and also to be able to solve the problem that in the society, like antimicrobial resistance.
Given the opportunity and the chance for sponsorship, this is going to help us because we are going to come up with a club, and because a club needs fundings, And the club will not only be limited, for example, for Technical University of Kenya. We are going also to recruit other members who want to join from other universities or who are interested in fetch hunting. And this will help us also to be visiting other organizations and companies, like the sequencing companies, companies that deal with, they have come up with something that is going to help us. So I feel like with the sponsorship, it's going to help us a lot with the traveling as for the club, coming up with our own equipment. Yeah.
Okay, first of all, in life there's nothing that's not difficult. To gain anything in life, you have to work for it, and to work for it means that you have to throw yourself out there. You have to begin moving and see what's on the road ahead. So if you're afraid to do science, don't be afraid, because science is fun and you can get a lot of experience from it. Yeah.
And actually, to add on whatever he has said, I was once there. I actually once saw science as being difficult, but after experiencing the Technical University of Kenya and being in industrial-based learning for the past 6 weeks, it has been an amazing experience. Science is fun, guys. Do not run away from science. Science is fun.
To add on that, I feel like science is the best option or the right path. This interaction between the lecturers and the students. Since so many science courses, the students are not like in a class, students are fewer, so there is that interaction. And during practicals, you are able even like to have like the hands-on skill. For example, in our class, like almost everyone knows how to operate a centrifuge. So I feel like with science, we're going to get like the hands-on experience, which is a valid reason for an employer to employ you, because like you have the skills.
Okay, maybe to add to what my colleagues have said, science is a very interesting topic for which most of us would like to pursue as a career. So in science, it's about repetition, and in that repetition, you enhance your understanding. So for you to pursue a science career, you have to have a positive attitude towards it. And another thing, you have to be very keen about science. And another thing, for you to pursue science, you must look for a problem in the society, so that when you start science, you are looking for a solution for that challenge. So to the young people, I will encourage them to join any career sciences, any career course in sciences, because it's best that it's fun.
And lastly, if you want to do science, just do it. And I'd encourage you to come to the Technical University of Kenya, since it's skills-based, and you'll be able to learn more about sciences and get to interact with people, network with people from diploma level to degree level. And also it helps in building networks, and also just skill-based. You'll be able to have skills that will enable you to get a market and to get a job out there. And also it has training for the real world.
So, if you want to follow in our journey from the beginning to the end, during this process, we actually partnered up with PHTRP, which means Fetch Hunters Training Research Program. On the LinkedIn account, you can find all the photos, all the videos, all the results that we actually got. You can also find us on our school club, which is BBSA, Biotechnology and Biochemistry Society Association, yes, and on our school, Technical University of Kenya. You can also find us there. So yeah, find us, talk to us, and we'll find you as well.
Comment.
Like and share.